Hi there. One book that I read and has changed me and how I do business. I've read several books. Most of them were mindset, how to change mindset. I've read The Power of Now, Alchemist, Breaking the Habit of Sales. I've read several books that were all focused on mindset. But there's one book that I think I read it like 2 months ago. This is Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits. It's about habits, and my most interesting part about this book is the start of this book when it talks about British cycling, how they had endured a whole 100 years without winning any medal, to a point where even one of bike manufacturers in Europe walikuwa wamekataa kuwauzia bikes because they feared that they would actually give them a bad reputation. You see, they're using their bikes and they have never won any medal for the last 100 years. So this book goes on to say how they hired a guy a director, I don't know who, by the name of Brailsford, who believes in the aggregation of small, tiny margins. Brailsford talks of aggregation of marginal gains, where he believes in improving in small margins, those small things that can help you improve daily. Because most people think of doing something big for you to improve, changing your habits, whereby they decided to disassemble the bike and assemble it, and he believed that whenever he's assembling back the bike, he would make some tiny gains that would actually change the whole thing. And for sure, what he did with the bike, he made the seat more comfortable. He experimented things like alcohol to rub the muscles. There was so much he did to improve this, but there were very tiny things that he did for the British cycling team, and that was in 2003. In 5 years' time, British had won their first medal. They won actually 16 medals during the race that they participated in during that time, and that would see them actually win so many other medals within the next 10 years. And what I learned from this book is just observing what is it that I can do at work, my workplace, and it can change. Well, here I am. How can I improve myself as a person? Those habits, what can I change? It can be small, it can be minor, but how can I change it? What can I do to change? Even for the people I'm working with, what small thing can I do to change that they can help them improve their performance, or maybe, even them, make them more happy? Because I also believe when people are happy, are more productive. Another point that I have learned is the start of the book is so interesting when it says that if you plan to change, if you have just 1% of change, any positive change, if you change positively daily for 1 year, you have gained that 7% gain, and you have become that 7% better. And if you decline, like you change every day negatively, you decline your habits, within a year you'll have declined to almost zero. You'll be nobody. So it is those small things that matters, just small things. Maybe you waking up early, maybe you changing a space for someone. Small things matters. Changing time, just something, you do something small that can change, and it has to be natural. It has to come from within you. It has, not the society dictating how you're supposed to feel. It is the inner you telling yourself, this is how I feel, this is what I want to do, this feels good, without judging yourself. One more point, I was so driven by goals. I used to be driven by goals, like I would set myself crazy goals, like, and I would actually attach my happiness with a goal, and that is so risky, as the book says, because and I have experimented it myself that whenever you attach your happiness to a goal, or whenever you are driven by goals, what normally happens if you don't achieve those goals? Either you go back to your normal self, the person you were before you created those goals, you relapse. Let me put in a simpler term, you relapse because you had attached all your happiness there. So what happens if you don't achieve the goal? You definitely relapse. So what you're supposed to do is create systems, not work on goals. Goals are short term. Winners and losers, all of them, they have goals. So what makes difference between the two is that one has systems. If you create systems, and these systems are created by those daily habits that you have, those increase una make every day that you're doing something different, 1%, it's not so many tiny things that you're doing, those are the ones that you are creating a system with. And at the end of the day, you will achieve these things. If he actually gives an example of basketball players who said if he practiced enough for the game and he focused on the game, the score takes care of itself. So you don't need to focus. Yes, you know your goals, but they should not be the drive. The drive should be how are you going, what the systems, because systems are long term. System, once everything starts, vitu zikianza kujipa, it is long term. But if you focus on a goal, you work towards that goal, and then you don't focus on the system, so you fail. Most of the time, you are not able to sustain the goal if you achieve the goal, and if you don't achieve the goal, we relapse. So I think this is a very interesting book. I am actually reading it for the second time because I wanted to have a 360-turn degrees in my life, and I have seen so much on the habits that I have daily. I am trying to be a better person daily, and I am not putting so much effort on myself. I am just trying to be me, kidogo kidogo, and I can see those changes in my daily life. Yes, thank you. I would recommend Atomic Habits by James Clear. Thank you. Bye bye.